All right, take a look at this. Look at this Mira board. Lots to go into in that sense. Nice view. Okay, good morning. I woke up and I spent the last hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, on this Mira board. Everything, start to finish, on service delivery. I've covered this briefly in another video, but I haven't really gone into too much detail. This covers everything. Retention, LTV, getting referrals, what ads to run, how to run them, what targeting to use. What else do I cover in this? The GoHighLevel snapshots, the Zapier setup, like literally everything is within this. I'm gonna have a coffee and some breakfast now. Literally just woke up, got a bowl of San Pellegrino water and just worked. So I hope it's good. I do hope it's good. Okay, good morning. We're gonna do the presentation. I just finished recording the intro. It's quite nice outside, so I secretly want to make this video relatively quick so that I can go out and enjoy the day, but we're gonna jump straight in. Now, I actually don't want my hood on. It's comfortable. I introed it by saying I spent a lot of time working on this, and I've compiled some bits from other videos and I put in other little gems as well. This will be really valuable for you guys, so please pay attention. Quickly, just before I do that, go on Instagram, drop me a message if you have questions. YouTube comments, I really won't have a lot of time to look at, so please message me on here if you have questions. Drop me a voice note. I'll voice note you back. It takes 30 seconds of my time. I'm happy to help you out. Anyway, service delivery. Let's start with step one, right, which is the onboarding phase. And to be honest with you, this is actually very, very important. It sets the tone of the relationship. It sets the expectations. I recommend you onboard them the same day. Always the same day. So collect contract and payment on the same call, the sales call, and then book them in for that onboarding in the night, later in the night, at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern time, or whatever the time is. Stay up late. I don't care what your time zone is. Go to bed late, go to bed at 3 or 5 to onboard that client, because then it increases the chance of retention by a seriously large amount. So there's less remorse or panic. Have you ever heard of buyer's remorse? People buy something and panic, and then they charge back or they dip. You don't want that, man. You just don't want it. So avoid it. And also, if you onboard them the same day, there's a higher chance of an upsell. Way higher chance. Now, I'm going to talk about things to upsell later on in this video, but let's move to this next bit. What do we do on that onboarding call? We do a little bit of KYC, a little bit more know your customer. Now, you want to check your notes you made on the sales call, like their target area, how far they want to travel, what type of jobs would they specifically want more of, what would be their capacity, how they want to handle the leads, do they want to call them directly, like all that stuff, all the basics. Usually what I ask my clients is, if you would like access to your client app to to get the leads, you can do that, or I can text them to you. Which would you prefer? 90% of them just want to text it to them. Next stage of the onboarding call is to log into their meta ads. If you want my secret to doing this, please message me on Instagram. The way I do it, I simply do not share screens, get their login IDs and all that trash for half an hour. I have a really quick and simple way of doing it, which I would let you know if you're interested. It's not something, I do want to kind of gatekeep it a little bit because this is mad. It's so easy and people never think of it. I don't know why. Anyway, provide them access to GoHighLevel and train them. So simple. Here's how to use our client app. Share the screen. Join the Google Meet on your phone. Share your phone screen and just show them how to use it. I go into another client's app and also it's more social proof that it's already working. And then the last bit I put in there, and I deliberately put it in there, is chat some shit. And I literally mean that. Get to know that person. Be calm with them, be chill with them, be nice, be friendly, understand who they are and what they actually want to achieve. And here's the thing, if you generally care about your business, you care about your clients, and you want to know, like I know everything about my clients. Some of them are a bit more like gated and they don't really tell you, and some really want to talk. They tell me about their family, their son, their this, that, and I kind of like to hear it because I like to know what I've got to work hard for. Anyway, here's the GoHighLevel setup. So you're probably thinking, Jack, why the hell are we talking about that? What about meta ads first? No. You've given them access to GoHighLevel, yes, on that onboarding call. Why? It makes them feel they already received something from you. So let's start getting the basics set up. With meta ads, I've obviously gone through the meta ad setup before in my other videos, but I will touch on that here in a moment. Let's assume you've set up meta ads. You're going to set up a simple Zapier snapshot where once a Facebook lead ad has been submitted, you then find that record and it's added as an opportunity in the lead connector, specifically for their GoHighLevel sub account. So once that has actually occurred in GoHighLevel, I made this snapshot where once the opportunity is created, we send a customer a text message saying a new lead has been added in. Often what I also do with this is also an upsell, which we'll discuss, is I have other things I add into that sequence to help them out as well, following up with the leads. So that's that. So far, we've gone through the onboarding and the GoHighLevel setup, so their app's ready to go. Now we need to go like an actual campaign for them to generate the leads through. Now I'm going to give you some source here in a moment, so just stick with it. First of all, what do? I always do chat GPT research on the local area. And what do I mean? What's the temperature? What are people's buying patterns at this time of year? What competitors do we have? Like you can see I've written a few out here. And what does that help me do? It helps me predict the objections and pre-handle them. People forget this. Everyone knows about objections in sales, but what about objections in marketing? You might do it for your own adverts, but are you doing it for your clients too? Because the market's the same, right? You're advertising to a human being. You need to pre-handle their objections of, oh, I don't have the money at this time of year. Don't worry, we have financing. And I have a financing partner that I set up all my clients with. A lot of them don't have financing options for like fucking 20 to 50K ticket prices. And I'm like, what do you mean? No one has $50,000 to throw at this, especially not in winter. We're in winter now, by the way, it's November. But we're coming close to it. I don't even know what classifies as winter. I'm that much of it. Anyway, back into what I was mentioning before. Understand the local market and adapt your creative specifically for that. If it's winter, I'm going to select a winter-looking advert if I know the weather. Let's say it's snowy one week. My adverts show snow in them. Let's say the next week it's not. My advert's changed and updated to the local market in the area so that it matches the human psychology. Familiarity is the most important thing in both sales and also in marketing. I use Canva for my still image creation, and Artlist for actually generating that image, which is the AI basically generation. And I asked ChatGPT, I tell ChatGPT, this is what I want from the creator. This is my objectives behind it. Please create a prompt for my AI generator Artlist, and it will do it for me. And then CapCut for editing. Now, let me put you onto some source. This fine gentleman here is Fahad. Fahad is the best editor I've ever hired. Is he cheap? No, he's not, but he's really damn good. This guy knows everything to do with retention editing. Have you ever heard of that before? He edits for almost all of my friends. Guys at 250K a month, guys at 500K a month, guys at 2 million a month. And I mean literally. So I have a lot of friends in Miami, some of which who just do unbelievable figures. Fahad edits for them. The guy's incredible. The ads he's made for me are just unbelievably good. Here's his WhatsApp number. Text him and say, I don't know, Jack referred me on to you, and then chat to him. He's so cool. He's so good at what he does. Anyway, a little plug there for you. Add their info to the client tracker sheet. You guys need to have a client tracker sheet, either in Notion or Google Sheets, because how else are you going to stay on top of campaigns? I track target CPL, actual CPL, target AOV, actual AOV, just the metrics I need to know on what's happening on the other side. And I do rely on clients updating that information in GoHighLevel. We send them reminders and automatic prompts in GoHighLevel so that they do update that sheet. But you don't need to. My phrase is always, hold on, as I think it's Mosey says this, simple scales, complex fails. So you don't need that, right? Keep it simple for now. Anyway, jumping back in. Prepare live data. Prepare live data? What the hell did I mean by that? Oh, prepare live date. That's my bad. I'm a bit of a clown. Sorry, anyway. This is, it's really simple. Launch the ads at 1 minute past midnight, not midnight, because your pacing is going to beat all the other people that launch it at midnight. Well done. Little tip in the bag there. Eyes, human trust, listen to this person, right? So this is an AI generated image. I've deliberately made her eyes look like that, a little bit squinted, a little bit looking at you. It draws you in, it makes you want to learn more, it makes you like, oh, I can't see her eyes, let me figure it out. And the sunset, it's kind of like a winter looking sunset. And the land is all exactly what it would look like in this specific state. it feels correct. It matches the season and most likely the time they'll view the ad, which is going to be either in the morning or the evening. Rarely we get people submitting during the day. So morning or evening, this looks like either morning or evening. Next one, I've already gone through this one, but there's a guy fucking levitating. Like, what's happening here? And is he having a piss on the tree? Like, what is going on? And what is he looking at? And what does that even say? Like, there's lots of things that make you kind of question subconsciously, what the hell is going on in this image? But then again, it also matches. Your exact house probably looks like this in this area. There's the cold, winter-looking trees and the frosty ground, right? I've gone into that detail, but it missed here. I don't know where the fuck that's come from, but it's stuff that makes people subconsciously go, what the fuck? But consciously go, this looks right. And that mental confliction causes interest, and it makes them open up the text and read it at the top. Here's another one for fencing, right? Beautiful colors, and let me read this. Here I trained the AI exactly what hex code colors. If you don't know what that is, it's a specific hashtag codes. You can tell it for specific colors you want. That performs the best to stop the scroll of meta users to attract them to our ad. The copy in the ad is designed to make them feel the end solution of having the product. Again, you don't need to be a pro copywriter for this. You literally just ask ChatGPT. All right, guys, screenshot this here. This is my prompt. I should give you guys a couple seconds to either screenshot or pause, and then we'll proceed. Man, I love San Pellegrino. Place I'm at in the world right now. We don't drink the tap water. It's drinkable, but we don't want it. So we don't want those chlorine or estrogenic compounds or any of that trash. So anyway, back in, and this is glass as well, so no microplastics, which is perfect. I digress. Where were we? Yeah, why do my ads not have any text? Probably saying, Jack, like, a lot of the ads you showed me before in the service delivery had text on, or quotes. Sorry, I keep banging the microphone. These don't. Let me tell you the reason why. Number one, I test multiple variations of creatives 24/7, so that basically when the market changes, I already know. And I already have an ad out there that's ready for that market change. Number two, what does every company do at this time of year when they feel behind in sales? Excuse me. Imagine a fencing business or a roofing business. Are they behind in sales at this time of year? Probably, yeah. So what do? They advertise. And they spend so much money advertising. That means that everyone and their dog is literally running the same damn ads over and over, just again and again and again. The same stuff, right? Big flashy text, big offer. What do you think happens to the local area seeing them? They get desensitized, or in most cases, your ads fatigue. I had a gentleman ask me about this before. How do we stop ad fatigue, my friend? How do we stop it? Well, here's the thing. We prevent it first before we need to stop it. Okay, and the answer to your question is we change the creative. So here's one of my campaigns, for one of my clients, right? And you can see ad campaign 1, 1,800 spent, 65 daily, $27 cost per lead, frequency of 2.19. Now, any frequency above 2.5, excuse me, actually signals a potential fatigue. So it means the same people within that local area are seeing it 2.5 times, which is a concern. Now, I don't really worry about it too much until I see my cost per lead rise, and I track these metrics daily. Average cost per lead I'm aiming for with his campaign is around about 20 or 18, between that range. When I saw his campaign go past 25, I knew there was fatiguing. I left it 24 hours before making a change. Why? Because with every advertiser, making changes quickly causes the most negative inputs. Making change slowly and accurately makes the most positive impacts. So I said, okay, I want to collect some more data over the next day, and I want to make a data-driven decision. So I saw, the next morning I woke up, $27 cost per lead. Okay, change needs to be made here. So what did I do? I made the creative different. Here was his original creative with text. And the creative I relaunched was this one with no text. Which one do you think did best? Well, here you can see $21 cost per lead, and it's not fatiguing just yet. The reach is even higher, with roughly the same amount spent. So if I've got a higher reach and lower frequency with a lower cost per lead, that ad creative is performing much, much better because Meta's pushing it to more people. And here's actually an example, right? So this has produced $7,000, nearly $8,000 of client retaining spend. I charge this guy only $1,000 a month. I could charge him much more, but I just don't need to. Like, I have a lot of clients and they do very well. I also have him already on some other upsells. So this is just his baseline retainer. He also pays, I think, $1,500 a month for some AI integrations within GoHighLevel, which we will discuss soon. So this is just an example. Now, how do I set up the ad? Ad structure is this: campaign, date, lead form, ad spend, whole state, ad set budget, untick share, campaign 1, ad set 1, ad 1 winner, winner, ad 1 winner. Right, let me explain that. Here's my winning creative for tree service, my winning creative for another niche as well. And by the way, just to be clear, I know a lot of guys look at this and go, oh shit, tree service, he's in that niche. That's a really good niche. I'm not in that niche. I don't run ads to that niche. I have these guys based on referrals only. And also, my advice to you is to not enter that niche, because I have been in it in the past. And I made maybe 25K from the niche, but it's dropped off real hard. There's not a lot of good people in that niche. I recommend something like flooring, fencing, siding, windows and doors. They're like untapped niches by a lot of people. I'm in them, by the way, right now. So anyway, I set the targeting to 30 to 65 as a suggestion, not a hard stop. Is a creative and a little example of the hook in the copy. Boom. Service delivery, ladies and gents. Anyway, next step here is the back-end retention behind all this. Okay, let me check what time we're on and see. Okay, we're on a good time. Check my mic's still working. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Anyway, back-end retention, how does it work? It's this simple, guys. Look at this conversation I'm having with one of my clients. I send him his second payment. Can I cash app you? Misplaced the card. Really appreciate you, Jack. You guys are doing a great job. And by the way, this client's retained with me for, well, it was 7 months in the screenshot, but instead now I think it's about nine months or something. I have no idea. Anyway, he's been with me for a good length of time. Real nice guy. I know his family well. I've been on the phone with him a million times. I'm actually running a campaign for him, his sister, who does a nail salon. I've never fucking ran ads for that until then. His dad has a HVAC business. His friend has a cleaning company, and I think his girlfriend has another company. I run like 4 campaigns for this guy. All from doing him a good damn job. I just said, like, I never speak to clients like this. I never say no rush, brother. But this guy I just know well. Like, he's a friend now. Let's grow this like crazy. Let me know if you need anything. Dude, I want to grow like crazy. And he held out the message. He's like, yeah, of course, man. Anyway, back into it. 99% of the time, if you're new to the agency space, you might actually be a little bit scared of your client in some cases. Okay, I need you to take a moment and digest that. Ask yourself, is that true? If you had a client right now, or if you currently have clients, are you somewhat a little bit scared of them? And here's my suggestion to you. You have limiting beliefs to some degree. You might be scared of upsetting them and losing the money. That's not going to happen. You need to make your client your friend. I call my clients daily, weekly, or depending on how new they are, we often just literally just chat, right? So I'll tell them I'm in this country, I'm traveling in, I'm in Istanbul, I'm in this country, I'm in Dubai, I'm in Spain, I'm here, and I'll just chat some shit to them, literally. And they'll chat shit to me too. They'll phone me and literally tell me, oh Jack, I bought this new equipment today, and send me a picture of it. I'm like, dude, he's not even calling about business. I was there on Sunday night, and I get like 2 calls, one from one of my clients and another from another. I'm watching a film Sunday at 11 p.m. Actually, I'll lie, I was watching the boxing at a Misfits fight on DAZN, and I had 2 calls come in, and the guys were just chatting some shit on a Sunday night, telling me about the equipment they just bought and this and that. Act interested, man. Act interested. Let them talk to you, because it makes them trust you. It makes them like you. And even if we have a rough week or even a rough month, they will still trust and also ride out the wave until it works. Remember, these people look to you as a source of authority. Never come to them with problems, only solutions. That's what you're here to do. Just literally, I keep my GoHighLevel, as you can see here, I keep it open. I just keep it open on my laptop. This was us in Spain, we're not in Spain anymore. But I keep my GoHighLevel pinned open, right? You can see it's pinned here. And I got some glass of waters on the table, my light and stuff. And I have the audio turned on, so if I'm eating my dinner, I can hear it ring, or I might have my lead connector phone on. So if I see the phone ring, I just try and answer it if I'm eating. And I'll just be like, hey, I'm just eating, can I call you back at 5? Yeah, boom. Like, what business owner says, hey, I'm eating, can I call you back in 5? That's a human, that's a humanized business. People love that way more than the professional corporate shit. Anyway, and I say this to people, like, I actually tell them this on sales calls. I say, listen, like, I answer my phone call if I'm I have answered phone calls when I'm sleeping in the middle of the night before, because I care. I do actually care. When I tell them, when you get good results, I do actually share it to my family. I tell people in my family, like, what good work I'm doing, and sometimes I show them too, because it's pretty damn cool. Anyway, the last part of this, well done for watching so far, the last part of this is upsells and referrals. Now, believe it or not, this is actually a very important part of the video, and I wouldn't say most of my money, but a large amount of the money comes from the clients I already have, and referrals and upsells. Right, I'll answer question number 1, which is upselling. What do you upsell? It's so simple. GoHighLevel automations. So every client by basic gets text messages when the leads come through, but they don't get all the other fancy stuff, like extra landing pages, extra AI follow-up sequences. You can literally program an AI bot to book them in for them, auto bookings, text reminders, follow-up sequences, nurture emails, drip campaigns, respark campaigns. What a respark campaign is: previous leads that have acquired, we respark them, bring them back to life, and get more clients in. Google reviews. Simply, I send text messages for every client that has worked with them, and ask them to leave a review. In exchange, we'll give them 30% off for a friend, or whatever the hell it is. Boom, done, right? Now we've increased LTV and upsell. LTV is lifetime value of client. Let me explain why LTV is the most important. Can I zoom in anymore? Hold on, let me click on this. Oh yeah, I can. First, let me explain why that metric is the most important metric. Okay, back in. So, lifetime value per customer, right? How much you make per customer total. The higher the LTV, the more you can invest into ads, because if your LTV, for example, is like 100K, and your cost per acquisition, your cost per acquiring a client is 2,500, I really don't care. If you spend $3,000 a day on ads, and you acquire 1 client per day for $3,000, that's a break-even day 1. But then you upsell them on the onboarding for $1,500, and then they return month 2 and 3. Your LTV is what? 3, 4, 3, 6, 7, 7,500. 7,500 cash collected within a 31-day period. Right? Wow. You spent 3K and you made 7,500. Okay, that's a 2.8x ROAS or 3x ROAS or something, but which is decent, right? That's okay. That's good. Hang on, my math is wrong. 3, oh whatever, who cares? I think that's roughly correct. If your LTV is basically equal to 1 month of value, then your CAC needs to be under $400 for this to be profitable. Because if you're fucking up your CAC and you're paying like 1,500, 3,000 for a 2K client, like, it's not really much point. You're very inefficient there, but it still works, right? Anyway, here's the short answer. The better your service is, the higher the LTV and the more profitable your business is, therefore the less you need to worry about the sales engine in your business. Imagine a business where you have 50 clients, and for 1 month in the year, you can just say, all right, fuck it, I'm done. I'm going to go off on holiday. I'm going to turn the ads off. And you can just pay all your salespeople for that month, base and commission, like just some extra cash. You'll say, guys, all right, we're shutting down for the next month. Here's some cash. Like, the way you're able to do that is through existing clients. If you're at 100K a month with 5 salespeople, each of them you pay 2K, right? That's 10K you're going to spend for that month. All right, guys, we're shutting down. Here's 10K. You still make 90K that month from return clients. That's it. That's what you've got to strive towards, really, to be honest with you. Anyway, LTV CAC ratio, right? 3-1. That's kind of what you're looking for. Or a 4-1 would be even better. But the easiest metric for you guys, I don't want to go into the weeds, right, is contract ROAS and cash ROAS. Track this on a sheet, please. Contract return on ad spend or return on spend, right? Basically, how much are they contracted for? Is it 3 months at $4,500? If you spend $4,500, your ROAS is 1x. If you spent $2,250, your ROAS is 2x. And then cash ROAS is the cash you've actually collected on. So don't stress about the LTV CAC ratio, just stress about ROAS. That's the metric that you want to strive towards initially. Then it's LTV CAC once you've been in the game for 6 to 12 months and you already have 10, 15 clients. So that is it, head to toe, service delivery, back-end retention, upsells, and referrals. What I need you to take away from the video is, what did I spend most time explaining? It wasn't this, it was this. Because the service delivery is your product. If you don't have this nailed, there's no point you even having a business. This is the bit you should be focusing on improving as well. The retention, the upsells, the referrals, because that's easy. That's easy. The service delivery is also quite easy, but it takes more knowledge and understanding of how it works. The back end retention, it's a fucking couple phone calls. Anyone can do it. Anyway, hope it's useful. And I'm here if you need me. And yeah, that's it. There you go. I'm gonna have breakfast.